Welcome back to Shogun Space. Today, we're diving into the dark and mysterious world of Tower of God to discuss one of its most infamous factions, FUG. FUG, or the Slayer's Cult, is one of the most feared and secretive organizations within the Tower. Known for their ruthless methods and powerful members, FUG operates from the shadows, challenging the authority of the 10 great families and the rulers of the Tower. Whether you're a longtime fan or just starting your journey, we're here to break down everything you need to know about this shadowy group. Led by Grace Mircea Luslek, is the most dangerous and secretive criminal syndicate in the Tower. Their official members wear the Mark of the Slayer. Although FUG's true motives are not clearly known, it is true without a doubt that they exist in the shadows of the Tower, hoping to accomplish their objectives. During the first 2 seasons, FUG was shown as the antagonist of the story with Zahard. However, after the events of the last station, FUG plays the role of protagonist because Bomb decided to return to the Syndicate in order to prepare for the war against Zahard, as well as to change FUG from the inside as his master, Hajin Sung, wished. Slayers. In FUG, there are those who have a grudge against 10 families and Zahard, those who envy what they possess, and those who want to change the Tower. Within their infrastructure, FUG has 11 Slayers. The origin of the name is very simple, one who kills Zahard and the 10 families. Most Slayers target one of these 11 figures. There are presently 7 current Slayers out of 11 seats. Active Slayers. Grace Mircea Luslek, FUG Head. White. Baylord Yama. Karaka. Inactive Slayers. Pefamimor Sito. Immort. The remaining 4 positions are vacant. All are supposedly very powerful. SIU noted that the latter blindly follow the former, regardless of whether their wishes are good or evil. The Slayers of FUG are divided into 3 types, depending on their time of appearance. Firstly, there are those like Luslek who emerged in the age of the 10 great families. They are known as the Ancient Gods. Secondly, there are those who once again burned their names into the memories of the Tower's residents when FUG had become a power completely submerged in darkness. They are the demons of the 2nd generation. Thirdly, there is the current generation of Slayers who are active in the present. Organization. FUG is an organization shrouded in shadow. They have no visible physical forms or headquarters, but the higher-ups are of the high-ranker level. FUG is often compared to the Wulhaksong because of their opposition to the 10 families. However, whereas Wulhaksong is more of a social club, centered around several members, FUG is a religious organization centered around a single faith, to kill Zahard and the heads of the 10 great families. Although the relationship between the 2 organizations is not that good, there are a few members who are associated with both groups. The 10 families forbid anyone within their families to enter FUG, and they consider it an important duty to eliminate their members, who are known to hide within the shadows of the middle area. Despite its dangerous status, it does not mean that they hold enough influence to challenge Zahard and the 10 families. As long as the 10 great family heads hold the contracts with the Tower's guardians, FUG's influence cannot overcome them regardless of how strong the organization gets. In particular, Zahard holds such a contract that prevents the inhabitants of the Tower from killing him. In order to overcome this matter, the organization waited a long time for someone free from the Guardian's contracts. An irregular, such as Juvial Grace, unbound by the contract and thus suitable to fulfill their wish. Locations. Here are several locations that related to FUG. Bay Road, likely retconned. Karaka Hideout, Karaka's secret lair, base, hiding place. Karaka's Heart, a place where the real heart of Karaka was stored. Seal Hyangwan, a private school or academy managed by FUG Elder Sophia Tan. The Cage, Yama's mothership, a floating castle that used by Slayer Baylord Yama and his canine people as their headquarters, HQ. The Ghost Ship, Matarako's mothership, a floating castle used by a merchant named Matarako to run his business trade throughout the Tower. Structure. The structure of FUG is slowly appearing as the story goes on. At the top are the Slayers. The number 1 Slayer is Grace Mircea Luslek, also called God of the Devils. Then there are the Elders, who take decisions with the active Slayers on the great plans of the group, for example, appointing specific personnel for delicate missions. According to Evan Edrock, they are more mysterious than the Slayers. Then there are high rankers who hold specific positions and power within the group, e.g. Ha Jinsung, who is a martial arts teacher of the Slayer candidates. Slayers have command over executives, probably at least at the level of a ranker. For example, Karaka commands over Pokken, and even armies. Executives can have dormant regular agents planted on different floors that wait, sometimes for thousands of years, until they are called to accomplish their missions, e.g. Reflejo. Finally, the executives can recruit regulars that are fervent believers in FUG or FUG's causes, though there seems to be a structure and a head to the organization that doesn't prevent dissension among the group. As for now, a splinter centered around a few slayers and elders has decided and put forth a plan in order to alienate the powers of Juviolgrace and the Thorn. Elders: Kale Helm, High Ranker; Sophia Tan, High Ranker; Garnak, High Ranker. Slayer candidates: Hoachin, Juviolgrace. Possible affiliations to FUG. Note: some characters may be listed here if it's unclear whether they're related to FUG. Arlen Grace, an irregular and former great warriors who once stayed at Seal Hyangwon. Juviolgrace's mother. Beniamino Casano, a product of the living ignition weapon experiments. He was part of Team FUG during the workshop battle, but was seemingly only doing so for his own reasons. His current connection with FUG isn't clear. He delivered a meal to Rachel's team and has been part of it ever since. Traveler, one of the peoples lured by Emil to the Archimedes. He has been traveling with Casano after the latter showed him the true nature of Emil. V, an irregular and former great warriors. Juviolgrace's father and a monarch whom Grace Mircea Luslek once served. Xia Lulu, a regular and intern at the dog shelter on the 52nd floor. FUG's dark and enigmatic presence in Tower of God adds layers of intrigue and tension to the story. Their relentless pursuit of power and the overthrow of the Tower's ruling entities make them one of the most fascinating factions in the series. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're always in the loop with our latest content. We've got plenty more Tower of God, character deep dives, plot analyses, and much more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep climbing and stay curious.